Yeah. Hi, guys. We will start in a minute. We will start in a few minutes. We are just waiting for a few more to join.
Sure, sure.
All right, let's start. Let's start. So, guys, thank you for joining on time. Thank you for joining on time. Uh, Welcome to the CIM Open Day. Welcome to the CIM Open Day. And I'm happy to spend the next few minutes with you to give you a bit of an introduction about CIM, to talk about the world's largest professional marketing qualification. So you're going to embark on something very serious. I remember the first day I started my CIM, I was 16 and a half years old. I was 16 and a half years old. I was waiting for my O-level results. My O-level results were going to come. They take about 4-5 months. And in the meantime, my mother made the wise choice of sending me to do CIM and registered me for 2 subjects. I didn't like studying before that. I didn't enjoy studying in school, right? But for the first time in my life, I really enjoyed what I learned on the first day of class in CIM. And I'm going to try and give you a little bit of that feeling today. And ever since then, I have not stopped learning marketing. Today, I practice as a professor of marketing. Been teaching for 22 years now. Yes, that's my profession as well. I'm a teacher. I used to hate all my teachers in school, but I ended up being a teacher. So that's where life takes you. We don't know where life takes you. I wanted to be a vet. That was my goal because I used to love animals and especially dogs. I wanted to be a vet. But, I was waiting for my O-level results. You obviously need A-levels to go to university, to become a doctor, to become a vet. And I didn't really do well. Of course, I passed my O-levels, but I didn't do my A-levels. I regret it also now. But in from another sense, I started CIM, and by the time my friends in school finished their A-levels and came out, I became CIM qualified at 19 years of age. In addition to that, I had 2.5 years of work experience as well. So no regrets in that sense. And it gave me a perfect foundation to my career, to my corporate life. And I fell in love. For the first time in my life, I fell in love with something. Right? At 19 years, I found my first love, marketing. Right? And today, I have been passionately engaging, writing books, researching, imparting, teaching, learning about this subject called marketing. And I want to share some thoughts with you today, in addition to giving you an orientation to the world's largest professional marketing qualification. I want to talk to you a little bit about how marketing is changing today. Perhaps some of these things you already know, but maybe some things you don't know that I'm trying to put into a little bit of a perspective. So let's get started. Keep your antennas open. I know all of you are switched on today, Poya day, so you can't drink today, right? You're probably also recovering from all the partying, right? So I want to talk to you a little bit about how marketing is changing. And then I'll, after that, give you a little bit about information about CIM, about CCBM, and how you are going to study, and why CIM is a course that will really transform your life. It will give you new perspective. It will transform you from within. And trust me, because I went through it, I went through a complete transformation. It really gave me a boost to my corporate life, and I'm sure it will to you as well. So today we talk about in marketing in today's context, if you talk about marketing, but don't talk about AI and AI marketing, you will not be relevant. Back in the day, in the 80s, in the 90s, and if you take the different generations, baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Y, Gen Z, millennials, alpha, whatever you call them, we've gone through a series of sea changes or trends. There are different trends. So the question is, what is the next wave? What is the next wave? We had the internet as a wave when we were kids. I don't know about you, but when I was studying, when I was doing my CIM, I didn't have a desktop. Forget about a laptop or iPads or whatever. I didn't have a desktop. Okay. When I was studying, we had to use pen and paper and write. We didn't have ACs, no ACs, right? No air conditioning. Maximum, if you can afford a fan, you'll have that. Of course, we had electricity. Maybe our parents didn't have electricity, right? But we didn't have computers when we were studying. We had to go to class, sit down, take down notes. If we missed class, we had to photocopy someone else's notes. That's how we did our studies back in the day, right? So I'm talking about how the kind of changes, the kind of waves that have come about. So we saw a huge wave. I remember when I first held the Gadolbage phone, right back in the day, I saw Navaloka Mudalali using it in Union Bank head office, right? The Gadolbage Celtel phone. That was the first operator in Sri Lanka, Celtel, that big, massive, old, big cell tel that you had to hold like this on your ear, right? That was a wave, the mobile wave. And it was a huge sea change that you can pick up the phone and talk to someone and talk to someone. Of course, before that, there were landlines where you had to dial like this, put your finger and dial. But this was sexy. It was the sexiest thing. It was very expensive, extremely elite. And that was a huge wave. One day before I die, I want to own one of those things, is what I told myself. What I told myself, one day before I die, I want one of those Gadolbag Celtel phones. That's what I told myself as a young boy, seeing Navaloka Mudalali using it in Union Bank head office. When it rang, the whole building sound, the entire building, right? The Celtel ringtone was very, very loud. And it was amazing. The entire building came to see what is ringing, right? Because it was a amazing gadget that he kept on his ear. So we all loved it. We all loved it. And that was a wave. Then we got the internet. The internet, when it came about, it was really slow. Of course, to Sri Lanka, it came much later than in the West. And the internet wave, where we could access and look at the world, send emails to someone. Forget about mail now. We can send emails. Within a couple of seconds, we can talk to anyone, anywhere in the world. Then you had the whole WhatsApp wave, the data wave, right? It went from 1G to 2G to 3G. Then we had the video wave, the social media wave, the 4G, and today we are talking about 5G and 6G in some markets. China claims to have looked at and launched 6G on trial. Today we are talking about the evolution of AI, and today's wave is the AI wave, which you have been riding for a few years now. And of course, today we are talking about the next wave after AI, which is called quantum computing. Let's get into that a little later, right? Perhaps when we are older, when we are gray, our great grandchildren, or maybe our grandchildren, to some of you, maybe your children will be talking about quantum computing like we talk about ChatGPT today. But today we talk about all these generative AI tools using large language models, or what we call LLMs, where conversational artificial intelligence, we have AI assistants, chatbots, we have so many solutions. Today I was going through something from the States. I was going through a documentary from the States. OpenAI has just launched their video generating tool, which is not in Sri Lanka. It's only available in the US, which is called Soro. Soro, S-O-R-O. And I saw what they can do. It's amazing. It's going to disrupt, you know whom? It's going to disrupt the influencers in the States. It's going to disrupt TikTok. TikTok is a place where you can create a lot of creative videos very, very fast and engaging content and reach millions, right, with your content. But with Soro now on ChatGPT available in the States, very soon it might come into Europe and other markets. Maybe it might take 6 months to come here or 1 year to come here. You can go and look at that. It's amazing how Soro has created real time, extremely real, right? Cinematic quality videos that they create. And today it just keeps evolving. AI keeps evolving. So we have, I don't know how many of you use this, but have you used a paid version of ChatGPT or are you using one? If not, maybe you should start using one. Right? Of course, there are some co-pilots here on Microsoft. Some people like Gemini, all of us now use it. Meta is also a very good tool, Perplexity. Amazon has a solution. And there are so many kinds of other solutions out there. Now, why am I telling you this? I want to talk to you about a new concept. I want to talk to you about what we call a T-shaped marketer. Can you take this down? Can you take this down and ponder on this? Think about it. Okay, this is life changing. I want to talk about a T-shaped marketer. Who is a T-shaped marketer? Right? Marketing has changed so much over the years, and if you don't update your knowledge, you will become irrelevant. You will not be able to work in a global, international, multinational organization. So you need to understand this concept called a T-shaped marketer. What is it? So the T-shaped marketer is where you see your skills as broad skills or strategic generalist skills, which are broad. Those are the kind of skills that people who are in their 40s, 50s, 55, CEOs, general managers, DGMs today, they have those skills. They have learned marketing and they have learned research, branding, international marketing. They have learned a lot of concepts like that. And then you have the new age millennials, Gen Z, alpha guys who are coming to the market with what I call specialist deep expertise. And those are the guys who specialize in one or few components, but they have a deep knowledge about some area in marketing. They don't have broad skills. They don't have broad skills. They won't waste time earning those broad skills. So you can ask me a question later, Louis, what is best? Do we earn broad skills or do we learn specialist skills in marketing? Now, let me show you a bit of a detailed narration on this. Perhaps you can take a screenshot of this and think about it, right? Now, in my vintage, I'm 45 now, and then the older marketers who worked in, boardrooms, dealt with very difficult shareholders in generating value, giving the best bang for the buck, spending the money of the company and generating revenue. That is a marketer's job, right? Now, if you look at the T-shaped concept, many older, right, maybe Gen X, Gen Y, baby boomers, they end up building a lot of skills, marketing skills around the traditional marketing domains. So ask yourself about this, right? Perhaps if you have your parents, if you're, I don't know, 18, 20, 25, think about very senior marketers. Think about your company. Think about your CEO. Think about your general manager, your head of marketing, CMO. They are really good in their planning. in their branding, reputation building, marketing communications. These are the traditional domains of marketing. These are the traditional domains: segmentation, new product development, consumer behavior research, sales, right? Customer experience, CRM, all that. These are the traditional domains. And if you talk to them about these, they will know a lot of theory. They will know a lot of concepts. They have built companies, they have built processes. They're very good in this traditional domain, the horizontal T, right? The horizontal line in the T. Now, increasingly, companies are today finding that this alone is not enough to win the marketing race. So, what do? They go and find experts who are Gen Z, millennials, who are very good in these areas. And rarely will you find one person good in all of these areas. So you might have hire someone with this skill. You might hire one person with this skill, another person with this skill, and maybe this skill, right? Another person with this skill and this skill. Now, why are you doing that? Maybe another with this skill, another with this skill. These are people, okay? Okay. Another one with this skill. Now you go and hire youngsters in companies, and this is a phenomena in the job market globally. Because these guys don't want to spend their entire lives building a career. They focus on deep knowledge. They are what we call the Instagram or the social media or the TikTok generation. They're constantly on news feeds. They were born with phones in their hands. They know everything about social media, perhaps a little bit deeper in Google Analytics and SEO, conversion rate optimization. So you start specializing, maybe perhaps video, Canva. You start being a specialist in a few areas of the vertical axis of the T. So when I look at the job market right now, I see hundreds of students coming out. They love one or more topics in the vertical axis of the T because that is their generation. And they find it hard to learn the horizontal axis of the T, or they are not receptive at all to learn that. They look at that and say, why do we need to learn research? Qualitative, quantitative, primary, secondary. What is a hypothesis? What is a questionnaire? What is a discussion guide? All irrelevant to us. Irrelevant to us. If you want to do research, you just go on Instagram or whatever channel you are on, whatever social you are on, and you put a picture and say, hey guys, what do you think about this? And you'll see 5,000 comments from which you get an idea, a dipstick study of what is popular and what is not popular very, very fast. They don't believe in statistically valid research, right? All the statistical tools, those are all in the horizontal layer of marketing. Now, I don't know whether you can relate to this, okay? I'm getting at something. Where do you fit in this equation is the question. You can ask yourself that, right? I'll give you a time at the end of the session to perhaps ask some questions. But ask yourself, am I a T-shaped marketer specializing in the horizontal or the vertical? Or am I stuck in the horizontal and I don't know anything about the vertical? Or am I a master of a few, right, in the vertical axis? But I have no clue and I'm not interested in the horizontal axis. Now, if I take this one step further, the concept of a T-shaped marketer, the chief marketing officer today has made a huge transition. I'm talking about the biggest of companies handling big budgets globally. And my thoughts on this, as a student of marketing for the past 20 years and imparting knowledge, delivering some of the best world prize winning students, I can tell you this trend is here to stay. You have the Gen X CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. They are very good in the horizontal in what you see in these skills. If you look at it, 80% of knowledge, 80% of the knowledge is here. But if you look at the opposite, the Gen Alpha CMO who will start leading companies and become entrepreneurs or startups, they are very, very good in the digital tools, AI tools, social media tools. Their 80% of their skill is on the vertical digital skills. So you ask them about AI tools, you ask them about e-commerce, SEO, CRO, A/B testing, generative AI, influencer marketing, social media marketing, some level of Google Analytics. They are aware, or they will specialize, go deep into some of these areas that you see in blue. Now, this is the generational divide we're talking about. What if you are not falling in these two extremes? What if you're not falling in these two extremes? Then, if you are Gen Y, right? Again, you have a huge divide here. Gen Y too a little better than the Gen X CMOs, little better, but still far beyond the Gen Zs. The Gen Zs, I would say, are somewhere there, but then there's still a gap. They don't understand, right? They don't understand still both domains, the traditional domain of marketing and the modern domain of marketing. Now, if you ask me, Louis, what is the best? What do we do? What do we do? The reality is very soon these skills, the people who are coming out who are skilled in the digital tools, the AI tools, that's the wave that's going on right now. They will start replacing these guys, and these guys. They will start replacing them. Not only will they take their jobs really fast, they will also come at a cheaper price than those legacy marketers, CMOs, who are given company vehicles, housing loans, and all that. These guys will take over their jobs. Now, this is why you need to update your knowledge and join the wave. Don't miss the wave. So, you need to ask yourself, how can I learn AI? How can I learn the new concepts, the new wave of marketing? How do I be a global marketer? Because in Sri Lanka, we are frogs in a well. Most of the things, now Meta has introduced a new glasses. They are second gen of glasses with a wristband. I think you have seen that. All of you have seen that. It was introduced about 6 months ago. I'm trying to buy one. Actually, I'm trying to buy one from New York because I've looked all over Europe. You can't find it. England has banned it. Middle East doesn't have it. So I spoke to a friend of mine who works on down Fifth Avenue in New York because they have a Meta store there, right? And Meta is playing a very big game in AI as well, but they are not like open AI. They're playing in the glass space. So or the wearable space. That's what it's called, right? So I wanted to buy one because I have the older version and I really love it. I really love it. So I wanted because in that version, you don't even need your phone to answer a text, to type something. You just type it in the air like this. Okay, yes, no, whatever it is, and you can start texting anyone as long as you're wearing the wristband, right? And also when you put on the glasses, the new Meta glasses, you can see your messages. You don't need your phone anymore. You can keep it inside your pocket, and you can tell, hey Meta, respond to so and so. Here's the message. And if you want to write something, you can write it with your finger, and the message will go. So all of a sudden, when you're walking on the road, if you're doing this kind of thing, people will think you're mad. But no, you are responding because you can see the road, but your glasses or in one angle shows you your phone screen. So you don't need to even take this device You can keep it in your pocket. Will that be the next wave? So today, guys, technology is making a lot of jobs irrelevant. And at the forefront of it is AI. At the forefront of it is AI. If you don't build your knowledge on AI, you will be irrelevant. You will be irrelevant. You'll be irrelevant as an entrepreneur if you're running a business. You'll be irrelevant as a politician. You'll be irrelevant as a marketer, as a finance guy. You'll be irrelevant. You need to embrace these new tools, which is why CIM has changed its syllabus. Today, we talk about the AI wave. The social media wave is gone. Okay, the social media wave is gone. Social media was a wave. It was a wave. I mean, we used to talk about attribution modeling, A/B testing, SEO, Google Analytics, right? Content marketing, CRO, influencer marketing. Today, we are talking about certain other language or lingo, and we talk about AI lingo. We talk about co-pilots, agentic, LLMs, AEO, GEO that has replaced SEO, hallucinations, predictive analytics, digital twins, machine learning, learning rate, quantum computing, fitting tokens, multimodal AI, neural networks. So we today talk about these are the topics that we talk about in AI marketing. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you don't embrace the modern thinking, now I also am not in Gen Z, but I have to, in order to teach it, I have to put my old habits aside and I have to learn these things. I have to be a student in order to teach. And that is the beauty of marketing. It is not a static subject, it is evolving, it is changing. So you can't get a CIM qualification or a degree that you have got in marketing and say, hey, I am marketing qualified. It's not relevant. It's not relevant. Perhaps in the T-shaped, you would have got a degree in your broad skills, in your strategic generalist skills. But today, if you look at LinkedIn's latest report for 2025, LinkedIn is the highest job-related, skill-related website in the world, right? Platform in the world. If you look at LinkedIn reports, they will show you that AI-related jobs are the most sought after jobs in 2025 and the highest demanded jobs in blue chip companies, global organizations. Right? So we're talking about students with these topics. They are the most demanded jobs in 2025. And now we are in 2026. We don't know what else will be added to that. So my point I'm trying to drive across to you guys is, in the company, there's going to be something called reverse mentoring of generations. The older people will have experience, they will have horizontal knowledge in the T-shaped, and they have experience, they have developed products, they have built companies, they know about the profit and loss account, they know about shareholder value, all that. But they will now have to start learning from younger people who have the vertical knowledge in the T, the vertical knowledge of marketing. Because these guys are not born with the skill of digital and AI. I mean, think about some of those guys. How many years did they even take to adapt to WhatsApp? To WhatsApp, right? I don't know, but my parents, it took me years to get them to start using WhatsApp. Years. They were still calling people, right, without data. They were still calling people on the normal line, right? And finally, they got into WhatsApp, and then they didn't get into Zoom. It's a generational problem. They're scared. They're scared. And now they're scared of AI. My God, what if someone asks me for my bank account? They're really scared about everything, which which has a lot of problems. AI has a lot of problems. What if someone takes my picture and put a naked body into it and send it virally everywhere? My reputation is gone. That's the generation. That's the generation. So they will stay away from it. They will stay away from it. Even in the company, you see that you go and talk to the CEO about AI. Tomorrow you go and talk to your CEO about Soho, the new tool, Soro, the new tool of ChatGPT video creating, because it's crazy dangerous. It's like real videos that can go viral, right? And there's no copyrights, nothing. You can just boost it and send it to thousands of people overnight. And you can create reels like this. You don't even need to, in Instagram today, in TikTok today, you have to put together videos and choreograph it and all that. In Zorro, you don't need to do that. You just need to type a line and put an image. That's it. In seconds, the fantastic image is generated. Real quality, Hollywood quality videos, reels are generated. Hollywood quality. Hollywood quality. So my point I'm trying to tell you is this is where it's going. So these guys are going to be skeptics, and the younger generation will have to reverse mentor. Good old days, the older generation mentored the youngsters. Now it has reversed. Now the younger generation has to mentor the older in companies. And very soon, if they don't learn from the younger generation, they will take their jobs, if not taken already. Now, this is where marketing is going, guys. Right? And learn about this. There are Harvard reports about this. There are Deloitte reports about this. LinkedIn is a good resource. Not the normal LinkedIn site, but there is something called LinkedIn Reports, which is another site. If you access that, there's a lot of interesting things about how the job market, the skills are changing in different sectors. Read those. You see KPMG reports, McKinsey reports, PricewaterhouseCoopers reports coming out. Everything talks about how this generational divide is going to make some jobs redundant. Good old, be careful, guys. Sometimes you might say, my goal in life, I want to be this. But today, doctors are getting redundant because of AI. I have a doctor who I visited recently for a checkup in Singapore. Okay. And I read so much about very granular topics of biology before I visit my doctor. And when I visit him, before I visit him, I send him an email because I have to do that through the agent in Sri Lanka. And I list down the questions I have to ask him. And when I visit him, I ask him so much of questions. I ask him about drugs that are being not approved by the FDA as yet, that are going to come about at molecular levels, at peptide levels, right? Because today we are talking about molecular science. In the science world, we're talking about molecular science, nuclear science, or nuclear medication, right? So when I ask them questions, they also can't answer me. You know what they do? They open their phones and go to ChatGPT. These are doctors. Doctors are using it because you know why? Patients are using it. Only in Sri Lanka, by the way, when you go to a doctor, they say, don't pull your phone out. Don't ask everything that you read on the internet, don't believe everything that ChatGPT, you know. Because why? They are not used to it. They won't do it. So therefore they don't want to answer any questions, and they get annoyed with patients in Sri Lanka when they pull out their phone and go and research something. Isn't that right? I'm sure you'd have had that experience. Where do you read about this? If you tell the doctor in Sri Lanka, I read about the internet, they will start laughing and blasting you. But in the West, you can't do that. In Singapore, you can't do that because doctors are also using it. Doctors are also using it. In fact, to be honest with you, I watched a BBC documentary yesterday which talks about how generative AI has been used to rapidly find a cure to reverse anti-aging. I'm talking about anti-aging, to reverse aging. And they are using complex models and using AI to find a cure because they're calling aging a disease, right? And they're trying to find a cure for aging. Imagine then, what about cancer and all the other things that are killing people? Those, they have already had significant amount of progress in the West, thanks to, machine learning, thanks to using large language models and creating them to expedite 1,000,000,000 times faster than doing lab tests and so many other kinds of tests. They will use data across the world to try and expedite and see where the world is going, guys. Don't be frogs in a well. So different generations have adopted AI differently. And there are skeptics, there are people who trust it, who are willing to try it. There are people who are curious about it. There are people who talk about it but don't know anything about it. And then there are people who just don't want to do anything with it. Right? So the beauty here is you are now in the job market. You are hungry for knowledge. That is why you are here. That is why you are here. Right? So I just thought I'll talk to you a little bit about that. I want to now talk to you a little bit about CIM very fast. And if you do have any questions about CIM, I am here to answer them. I will quickly, today is your open day. I'm not doing a class today. During class in CIM, we will discuss a lot more strategy, marketing, digital, AI, all those things, right? We have good news. 2025 World Prize winner for level 7 was won by a Sri Lankan student. Highest marks in the world, CIM level 7 UK, was won by Sri Lanka Subat Samaravikrama, right? And that means the student beat everyone, including the British students, to win the gold medal in the prize giving held in Westminster Hall, UK, London. Right? So we should be really proud about it, right? Now, let me tell you something else. Before him, we had another 4 in a row. So Subat was the 5th in a row. And in 2021, during COVID, we had Archana, who won the World Prize. 2022, we had Arham Abbas, who won the World Prize. Udula Bandara, who won the World Prize in 2023. Shiva in 2024. And in 2025, we had Subat. So we have 5 World Prize winners here at Cambridge College in a row. 5 World Prize winners, number 1 in the world. And they are the only World Prize winners in Sri Lanka for any study center. So we are really proud about it. We say it out loud. There's no other study center in Sri Lanka who has a World Prize. No one. No one. And we are very proud about it. We are very proud about our students because we put absolute effort and commitment. And these students are, they're not straight A students in A levels or O levels. Some of them are, some of them aren't. They're ordinary students delivering exceptional and extraordinary results, which is beating everyone in the planet, right? Or 5,000 students who are sitting the cohort for the subject. So we're very proud about these achievements. Who knows, you may end up being the next World Prize winner at Cambridge College. And I don't need to tell you about our lecturers because we have evidence here that shows you that we offer absolute commitment. And I will refrain from talking about lecturers, but if I may tell you a little bit, our lecturers are so committed, they will be behind you. Usually the students need to be behind the tutors, but our tutors will be behind you to make sure you do your work in order to pass. These are some of the Sri Lankan prize winners that we've had. and our result speaks for itself. Now, we are also going to launch the CIM student committee very soon in Sri Lanka. In fact, next month, all of you will get an email to join the student committee. There are about 12 students who can join it every year. And the student committee will organize a lot of networking opportunities in order to build fellowship. And there are global communities as well that you can join as a CIM student. So on Instagram, on Facebook, there are so many groups and pages that you can join globally, but then locally as well. We're going to have an active student group which will organize a student conference, Aurudu Utsavayas, and a lot of get-togethers this year, according to the CEO of CIM UK. We have the CIM Marketing Club, which is a repository. Every month, they produce high-quality content videos from the UK with some thought leaders on emerging topics. So you can be a part of that as well as a student of CIM. Of course, the pinnacle of CIM is for you to be a fellow member, a prestigious fellow member of CIM. There are only about 700 fellows in the world of CIM, right? So you can be a fellow member, and you can also use your prior learning. If you have done a diploma, a degree, or if you're still studying, it doesn't matter. Talk to us. We will look at the subjects you have done so far in whatever course you're doing, even if you have not finished it. And we will give you exemptions to complete CIM. Some end up completing CIM in 6 months with prior learning, because some of you have degrees or you're still doing your degree second year. Perhaps you have done an MBA partially. Maybe you have an MSc. Maybe you have CIMA, ACCA, Chartered. We don't know what. Whatever you have, talk to Zakia, our office. You can WhatsApp her and tell her what modules you have done, and we will give you a pathway of exemptions to fast track CIM. And you can also be a chartered marketer. Chartered status. The chartered status is bestowed by the King of England. Okay, used to be the Queen of England. So chartered means you can be a chartered marketer, like a chartered engineer, chartered accountant. You can be a chartered marketer. And you can join the fellow community. This is the CIM repository. This is my account here, as you can see right on the top. And there are global marketers who talk to each other on so many topics, and you can interact with so many fellows across the world. These are some of the classroom experiences we have had. This was the former HNB CEO who spoke to our students in class. We unfortunately don't have any classroom sessions planned this intake, but perhaps we can do something towards the latter part of the course. And this was some time ago when we had physical sessions, but today we have a lot of global students, international students, and students across Sri Lanka. So traveling is a bit of a problem, but some who would like to come and be a part of physical can always come and meet the tutors at Cambridge College. We have a 4-story building in Duplication Road. Come and talk to us. We have a library. We have all our staff there ready to help you. And we have a few classrooms as well. So we'll organize some sessions for you. This is also the Dialogue CEO Supun talking to some of our students. And this is something that you need to think about. Before starting CIM, you need to tell yourself that you are going to find the time and the commitment to complete this qualification. Because we believe in producing world prize winners. We are very serious. We are very committed. We want our students to be serious and committed. Right? So it is not just a transaction. You are not just a registration. We want to transform your life, and we want you to do well in life and to complete your qualifications. So we have some of these repositories. Zoom is the platform we use. Turnitin is the plagiarism software that we have for our level 7 student, which is the world's best software. Of course, the qualification is migration certified from World Education Services, WES. Also, we use Google Classroom. And you also have professional recognition digital badges for your LinkedIn profile for all the modules that you do. And this is increasingly very important. Guys, I must tell you this, your LinkedIn page, remember this very, very carefully. Today, recruiters, the first thing before they hire you, especially for skillful jobs, if you're a professional, the first thing they will do is they'll ask your name, and they'll, before they interview you, they'll type it on Google, and they'll go onto your um, LinkedIn page. They'll see what comes up when your name comes up on Google. They don't need to ask you questions. If your name comes up in so many extracurricular activities, publications, so many things you've done, they can go into all your socials before they meet you, and they know your personality. They know what you have achieved. So your LinkedIn page and your Google search, when someone types your name, see what comes up, because today recruiters are looking for that for high paying skillful jobs. If it's a normal job, someone's just trying to do a routine operational job, then they won't bother doing that. Can you do the job? They'll give you a chance, they'll train you, and they'll put. But that's not who you should aspire to be. If you want to be a skillful worker with a highly paid job, then you need to make sure when someone types your name, go and type your name on Google and see what comes. 4, 5, 6 pages need to come, different things that you have done. And if it doesn't come, you need to ask yourself, how can you get there? And your LinkedIn page must be profound. And to decorate that, you will need some digital badges, and you'll get one each for each subject like this. So then you become an expert. You become an expert in all these areas. Of course, you can use it in other channels as well, but LinkedIn is the most popular source that you can use. And then you also have, uh, once you become a student member, you also have access to a wide range of resources in CIM, right? You have a wide range of resources. So once you become a student member, studying member, you then have access, in addition to our LMS here, you also have CIM UK provides you with so many things, including your ebooks, studying tips, past papers, syllabus outlines, reading lists, so many things. So one of the other key things is the Catalyst magazine, which is the CIM member magazine, which you have access to. The content hub is something very important. I use this quite a bit. There are podcasts, there are webinars, quick reads, blogs on important topics that you would want to learn deep about. In fact, I have also saved some podcasts that I watch when I have free time to learn. Okay, so this is a learning journey. You can create a learning journey here in the content hub, which is very, very important. There are senior examiner reports, marketing expert, which is the search engine of marketing, and practical webinars, cutting edge, exclusive to members. And when you're studying with CIM, you can also use ACIM behind your name. You're an associate member of CIM, and you have access to a lot of online resources. So make use of all this. Make use of all this. And make sure you begin with the end in mind. This is Moore Hall. This was taken from my camera many years ago when I went to CIM. This is the home of marketing in Cookham, Berkshire. It's about 1.5 hours away from London. And this is with the former Professor Keith Fletcher of Head of Education in CIM UK. This is the home of marketing. This is where all your answers go to. Everyone works there. It's called Moore Hall, the headquarters of CIM UK. And I want to talk to you about the subjects. CIM level 4 has 4 subjects. CIM level 6 has 4 subjects. CIM level 7 has 3 subjects. In level 4, the 4 subjects in level 4 are uh, all exams, and you are in the respective WhatsApp groups and Google Classrooms. You have a respective lecturer, and the office will inform you of lecture times, and you can join the class. And level 6 also has 4 subjects, very interesting topics. So again, you can join these lectures from tomorrow onwards. You can join these lectures when they are happening. You will be sent the links for you to join. So this is also exams in level 4 and 6. So you have 4 exams here. There's one subject called strategy and planning. It is an exam, but there is a preparatory work, which is a marketing plan. You have to prepare a 10-page marketing plan, and then take it to the exam and upload it in the final exam. Right? So that is strategy and planning. But otherwise, everything is an exam in level 4 and 6, 8 subjects. And then in level 7, you have 3 assignments. This is the case study. This is done by yours truly, Global Marketing Decisions, done by myself. And we have CDC done by Prashant Costa, CEC done by Inti Kabza. And you learn quite a bit across these modules. Please enjoy them thoroughly. And obviously, you're going to pass, and perhaps one of you will win the world prize. Only one will win the world prize. And you'll get about ₹500,000 from CIM UK. They will credit it into your account so that you can take a flight and go to UK and be a part of the graduation. Okay, so you get your money back. Right. So this is the CIM competency framework, the new competency framework. Bullseye, you have professional marketing excellence, and you have responsibilities and behaviors for marketers that marketers need to excel in. And today we talk about traditional domains like leadership, marketing, communications, and then the T-shaped marketer, we spoke about digital and AI, all those come here, right? So these are the important skills and competencies that you will master, and this is the CIM competency framework. This is what you'll master at the end of the course. We also have different libraries, online libraries. It's called EBSCO, Emerald, which are journal articles. Then eBook Central is your ebooks. Marketing Expert is a CIM search engine for marketing. So you can access all this once you become a member of CIM. You can also become a chartered marketer. You can become a chartered marketer by providing what we call continuous professional development, or CPD. So you can read about CPD online. So after you finish CIM, you can put in these hours, clock in these hours and earn credits. And then after 2 years, you can submit your credits and become a chartered marketer, proving that you have continuous professional development. Okay. So Google Classroom, I think all of you are familiar with that. We will take you through that. We also have the exam engine. We are the only study center in Sri Lanka to have a mock exam engine where you can test your knowledge and improve your performance. Now, this is very, very useful. Please use this. We have an exam engine. This is not for the assignment modules, but the exam modules. So it is very important. We have created this for you. Please use it because it costs a lot of money to produce, and it has a lot of mock papers where you can practice theory and then go to the exam confidently because you have practiced theory so many times using the exam engine. All right. We also have Turnitin, which is the world's largest plagiarism detection software, especially for level 7 students. As you know, it will throw out a similarity score, and you have to rework your assignments to reduce your plagiarism, collusion, so that your assignments will be pass grades when they reach CIM UK. So these are some of our pictures from the past. This is our library. This is our old classroom. Some of our students, some of our prize winners, Okay. Just thought I'll show you some pictures so that you can visualize what we used to have, our classroom. So we will try and with the student council as well, organize some sessions so that you can interact with each other as well. All right. Okay. So that's about it for me. Any questions? Can you please type if you have any questions? So Janit is asking, doesn't the vertical skills go into execution, but horizontal skills are towards strategy? Not really. Even in the horizontal skills, there are execution skills. And in the vertical skills, also there are strategic skills. But it's a more contemporary versus new skills. Contemporary legacy marketing versus new age marketing, right? Any questions, guys? Anything to clarify? Can you please type? Netmini is asking a question. Netmini, can you please type it on the group? Can you please type it on the group? What is your advice? Abdullah is asking for those who do CIM and A levels parallelly. Good. We have students who are still in school doing CIM as well. Still in school. That means not even come to O levels who are doing CIM as well. Right? I hope I answered the question. Level 7 is starting tomorrow. Level 7 is starting tomorrow. Level 7 is starting tomorrow. Can you please ask if you have any questions so that everyone can see? Right? There are some questions coming in. Sanjeev. Okay. So you are asking something about yeah. So you're asking about your prior experience and whether you can handle CIM level 7 with exemptions. So perhaps, Sanjeev, I think it's a long discussion because it's pertaining to your experience. Maybe you can WhatsApp me and we will have that conversation. Okay. So I'll put my number here. Right. That's my WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp me and we can have that conversation because it's about some personal advice that you want. Okay, good. Exemptions, Shabir, you have to contact Zakia. So I'll give you Zakia's number as well if you want to know anything about Zakia. So now think about exemptions, guys, is you don't need to finish qualifications. Even if you have partially completed qualifications, this is Zakia's number, right? It's better if you can WhatsApp her. That's Zakia, our course manager. So she looks after the day-to-day operations. Please WhatsApp her. If you want to know anything about exemptions, she will advise you. Okay. CPD, anyone who will guide you. So CPD is something that for CPD, you can check with CIM UK on the CIM website. There's a chat feature and it's a real-time chat. Try and get them in working hours of CI. They are very responsive and they will advise you. They will give you the correct advice. Because CPD's chartered market is handled directly by CI. Okay. Assignment booking submission by CIM account. Yes, Zakia will advise you on that. She's the expert in that. So you can message all operational matters. You can WhatsApp Zakia and she'll be happy to help you. How can you join tomorrow's class, level 7, Suranjit? You can WhatsApp Zakia. The number is given there and she will send you the brochure and the application. You can make the payments and join tomorrow's class. No problem. But something I want to tell you guys is be committed, be serious, because marketing is something that you can never, you need it for every profession. Every profession needs marketing. Finance guys need marketing, HR guys need marketing, doctors, lawyers, dentists, architects, everyone needs marketing. Because I have seen how people in other professions, including politicians, everyone. In fact, this country needs marketing. Why we are failing, why we have gone behind is we don't have marketing. We don't have any marketing qualified politicians in parliament. We don't. Very sad. This is why we are failing as a country to brand ourselves, to market ourselves. Right? So, marketing is for everyone. It is not only for marketers. Marketing is a philosophy that everyone needs very much and has to embrace. Because you can be a technocrat, you can be good in something, you can be a doctor, the best surgeon. But when your patients come, if you are not marketing oriented, there's no point. But if you're an average doctor but brilliant in marketing, that guy will earn much more than a specialist. Because you're average in your job, but you're brilliant in marketing. Right? So everyone need not be brilliant in everything. You just need to be brilliant in marketing and average in everything else, because you can sell that with brilliance. That's what marketing is. That's what marketing is. Right? Registration procedure of CIM Institute UK. It will be shared on the WhatsApp group after you register with CIM. You can WhatsApp Zakia. She will give you that details. Level 7 is only assignment based, correct? Level 7 case study will move into an exam from next session. So from this session only, it is exam based, the case study, assignment based, the case study. From next session onwards, level 7 case study will move into an online exam. Tinuki. Viraj, you want to join classes? You can WhatsApp Zakia. She will send you all the details. You can WhatsApp her now. She will send you all the details. Yeah, so if Zakia told you something and she has sent it to you in writing, you can accept it, no problem, because she is the expert, right? Roshan, level 7 is final level. How far does that qualification go? Is it at the same level? Yes, level 7 is a master's level. Level 7 is a master's level. So what you get is, because this is a professional qualification, right? So there are two different stacks in education. There's academic qualifications, professional qualifications. So you have your degree, BBA, MBA, PhD, DBA. Those are academic stacked qualifications. Then you have your professional qualifications, CIMA, CIM, ACCA, Chartered, CMI. All those are professional qualifications. Right? So what should you do? Ideally, you should have both, a combination of both academic qualifications and professional qualifications. Right? Roshan, I hope that's clear. Level 4 classes will start tomorrow, correct? Is CIM alone sufficient or will need academic degree too? So I think I just answered that question. So in my case, I first got CIM and then I got a degree. Some other cases, people finish their degree and get CIM. So there's no one size fits all model. Okay. So the thing is, CIM, you can finish it in 1.5 years if you do the entire thing. If you fast track it with your prior learning, you can do it in 6 months and finish it. Right? But a degree might take 4 years for you to finish. So something that you can finish fast, you might as well finish it. That's my view. Okay, because we have degrees also that we offer at CIM and we offer at CCBA. Okay, we offer both. Met me, law degree, attorney with CIM. Yeah, so there are many lawyers who do marketing. There are many lawyers. You can stay within law. You don't need to go out of law. You can stay within law, but you'll become a marketing-oriented lawyer, marketing qualified lawyer. There are pilots who do CIM. There are doctors who do CIM. Marketing is, guys, it cuts across all the other professions. Because what is marketing? What do you mean by marketing? Forget about definitions. Marketing, guys, is how do you convince someone to buy your product? That's marketing. The skill, the art, the psychology of how you convert someone's loyalty towards your product. So you can be brilliant in anything. If you can't convert them, you have failed. Okay? With me? Am I clear? Lawyers, there are brilliant lawyers who are great marketers, and then there are lawyers who are not good in marketing. So you can stay within your profession, but be a marketing oriented lawyer. Same with HR. You can be a HR head who's marketing oriented, operational director with marketing. Doesn't matter. Suranjit. Okay. Yes, Suranjit. So you can speak to Zakia on that. You can speak to Zakia on that, and she'll help you. Level 7 for the assignments, like how much review sessions can we book? It's up to you, Shabir. After you finish your assignments, you can book 3, 4. It's up to you. It's how fast you finish your assignments. Because our tutors want to make you win the world prize. So they will make available and time will be available. It's actually it's up to you. After you finish and you make changes, you can send it. And whenever you send it within 24 hours, we give you feedback. Otherwise, we won't win world prizes, no, 5 years in a row. No, no one has won it. No, not a single study center in the world. Right, guys? There are over 200 study centers for CIM in the planet. No one has won 5 world prize winners in a row. We did it. That's why I said I'm not going to talk about our tutors. That's all I have to tell you. That's all I have to tell you. Okay, we have done it, and we know what it takes to produce a world prize winning student. Sri Lanka, no one else has even thought about doing it. So I'm not talking about Sri Lanka. I'm talking about British Oxford College of Marketing, Cambridge University. Everyone teaches. All the big universities in UK teach CIM. They have also not produced it. So I don't need to talk about Sri Lanka then, right? Okay, not relevant. So we offer absolute commitment. We give you the best commitment. You will not find that anywhere in the world. Just read our Google reviews. You will see that we are one of the highest reviewed colleges in Sri Lanka. Okay, you can read our Google reviews of our students. What is the step after our level 7? What is the step after level 7? Well, you can become a fellow member, a chartered marketer, and then you go onwards. You can do a doctorate in marketing, PhD in marketing. Those are things that you can do. You can do it with us at Cambridge College. You don't need to go anywhere. Okay? Because we have so many courses. We have so many courses. We have about 13 courses in CI. So you can, 13 courses in at CCBM. So you can visit our website. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for your day. I hope you learned something new. Looking forward to see all of you in class. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you. Good night. Please keep in touch. If you have any questions, please WhatsApp me. Good night.